This is the 1000th video that I've uploaded to the Youthman channel. I am incredibly grateful. It's been an amazing journey over the past 6 years, building this YouTube channel, sharing my passion for home theater, audio and video, doing home theater tours, traveling around the world. In this video, I just want to say, number one, thank you. Thank you to every one of you that have watched the many videos, commented, liked, shared. It's been an amazing journey to not only meet you guys in the comments, but a lot of you I've met on Patreon on our weekly Zooms. I also have met you at mwave and other trade shows and Audio Advice Live and Cedia. And so that's just been super, super cool. What I want to do in this video is just kind of celebrate. If we could do that for a moment, I just want to celebrate like what all has happened and what has taken place here on the channel over the past 6 years. We're going to look at the past, we're going to look at the present, and I want to share with you some really exciting news that we're going to be looking forward to in the near future. Now, before we dive into it, I want to share with you some exciting news from our channel sponsor, Arendal Sound. Arendal Sound is preparing to launch their new 1528 series. Arendal says the name 1528 holds a special place in our hearts. It references the year that Arendal was first mentioned in historical records as Arendelle, a name that inspired the magical kingdom in Frozen. We don't have much information other than they will be bigger, better, and more luxurious than anything Arendal Sound has created to date. I'm looking forward to experiencing the new 1528 series here on the Youthman channel. So backing up 6 years ago, I began this journey just to see, could I build a YouTube channel? I'd had my channel for about 4 years prior to January of 2018. And up until that point, I had accumulated, I think, 900 subscribers. That was a hard grind, but I wasn't really grinding, to be honest with you. I would post a video about home theater. Maybe about a month later, I'd post a video about a GoPro. Now, if you've been a follower of the channel since the original videos that I made, you'll know that I used to be GoPro Youthman. Hey, what's up, YouTube? GoPro Youthman here. Today, we're going to be taking you through the initial setup of the GoPro Hero 6, as well as talk about some of the features and some of the accessories for it. The reason why I did that is I owned a GoPro. I filmed with a GoPro. I like doing some fun stuff with the GoPro, so I thought, man, that's what I'll make content on. I quickly realized I'm not passionate about GoPro. It's silly just to make content about a product that you're not excited about. So not long after that, I realized, you know what am I most excited about? And that's home theater. I've been passionate about home theater for many, many decades. That just means I'm getting old. But I love home theater. I've loved it since Dolby Pro Logic days. I used to work at Circuit City. I worked in the home theater department. As a teenager, I remember driving to Sound Advice in Tampa every single weekend to just check out these cool home theater rooms, the demo rooms that they had there. And so that's what I've always been about. And that's what I've always loved and enjoyed. So in January of 2018, I made a decision. I want to see if I can grow the channel. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to post one video a week, and I'm going to do it just on home theater. Prior to that, I would post a video about a GoPro camera, and then 2 months later, I'd post a video about home theater, and then 3 months later, I'd post something like a family vacation. So it was just sporadic videos. I really didn't have a niche. I really didn't have anything that I was really passionate about. But once I began making one video a week, things began to change. And the way that all started is I reached out to Klipsch. This would have been prior to January of 2018, so maybe like November or December of 2017. Klipsch had just announced that they were coming out with the Klipsch RF7 version 3. Now, I owned the version 1. I owned the version 2. I actually had them at that time. And I even had the RF7, I'm sorry, the RF83s, which kind of fell in between those two, the 7, version 1 and version 2, I believe. So when they came out with the version 3, I reached out to Klipsch and I said, hey, Klipsch, I love your stuff. I own a bunch of different Klipsch speakers. I'm a moderator in the Klipsch forum. Would you be interested in sending me your new RF7 III to review? I wasn't even really a reviewer, but I just thought I could make, I probably didn't even say review. I just said to make some videos on. And my thought was the guys in the clips forum are already asking like, hey, I wonder if the new speakers are going to be better than the current models, the version 2s. How will they sound? How will they be different than the version 1s? And so I reached out to Klipsch on Facebook and I said, hey, here's my channel. It's really small right now, but I had all these other kind of connections with Klipsch. Own a bunch of Klipsch, been a fan of Klipsch for many, many, many years, and I was a Klipsch moderator. And to my surprise, they reached out and said, hey, Michael, we would love to send you the new version 3s. We'd love for you to make some videos on it, showing our customers and even future customers what are the differences. So I made several videos, 2 or 3, and I began to see a significant number of new subscribers, way more than I would get in even a month. And so I was like, I'm on to something. So I continued to make videos. I believe I ended up making 10 videos on that one pair of speakers, anywhere from an unboxing to audio comparisons to a video on size comparisons, you know, just the physical shape and size of them side by side, as you can see here in this picture. And it was a lot of fun. I found like that I really enjoyed making content on home theater stuff. And so I reached out to SVS, had always loved, or I had always heard great things about like the PB16. That was the rave back then and one of the best subwoofers on the market. And so I reached out to SVS. I said, hey, SVS, Klipsch just sent me their flagship RF7 version 3 speakers. I've made 10 videos on them. I've heard incredible things about your subwoofers, but I've never heard them in person. I'd love to make some videos on my channel. Would you be interested in sending me your flagship PB16? And they said, Michael, we would love to send you that, but first, we'd rather send you our tower speakers, the Ultra series at that time. I think that's discontinued now because of the new Revolution series. But the Ultra series was their flagship speaker. They said, since you're a Klipsch guy, we would love to know what you feel about our towers, like our sound, our SVS sound. And so I said, sure, man, I'd love to check those out. So I began to make some videos on the towers. And then I told him, I said, hey, I'm really more into home theater than I am 2-channel. Could you send me your center channel? And he said, oh, absolutely. So they sent me the center channel, made some videos on that, did an unboxing, did a review, talked about how it sounds with 2 front speakers. Then I asked them if they would send me, I think, the SB16. So they sent me 2 of those, made some content on that. Then they sent me the PB16. So I had this whole wall right here, 13 foot wide, just wall to wall with PB16s, SB16s, the Ultra Towers, and the Ultra Center. It was stacked, but it looked cool and it sounded great. So that process continued and I just fell in love with home theater. I fell in love with doing videos for you guys and teaching you how to set it up and use it. And so I've been doing that now for 6 years. I filmed and edited. I've filmed almost all of my videos. The only videos I haven't filmed were ones that I hired somebody, like when we went to Cedia and I needed a videographer so that I could be on camera. I didn't want people walking by and knocking over my camera because there's so many people there. Same thing with Audio Advice Live. And so, but other than that, for the most part in mwave, I've filmed pretty much all of my videos other than those, but I've edited all but 1 video. I've only had 1 video that I've outsourced to Jake Parker, and he edited the Tombstone video. But other than that, I've edited all 999 of the videos here on the channel. So that's kind of the short version of my 6-year journey here on YouTube. In January of 2020 was when I made the decision to quit my full-time job as a, I was a 23-year youth pastor. That's where Youthman comes from. Then I took about a year break and I was at a nonprofit organization, Christian company over in Lakeland, which is pretty close to me. I was a communication specialist there for about a year. And then in January of 2020, I resigned there as a communication specialist and I went all in with YouTube full time. Over the past 6 years, I've got the opportunity to do some really, really incredible things. I've had companies that fly me out to like the Wisdom Audio headquarters the JTR headquarters. I also had an opportunity to fly up to Polk Audio's headquarters and make some content there. I had another company fly me all the way over to the Philippines to make some videos for him. That was Wayne Pomposa. He is a home theater designer, and he's also an integrator over there in the Philippines. Incredible trip. I've flown all over the U.S., filming probably now about 75 home theater tours. I've been doing home theater tours a long time, literally for the past 6 years of my channel. I started off, I believe the first one I ever did was Nelson. He's a gentleman in Tampa, and met him online, like on a Facebook group, and asked him if I could come over and check out his home theater because he had the PB16s from SVS. And so I went over there and I asked him if I could bring my camera. And so I made my first home theater tour at somebody else's house other than my own. And so that's kind of where that process began. And then, of course, like I said, I've done probably 75 home theater tours over the past 6 years. Then in June of 2022, Ryan Charpentier and I created mwave, the Midwest AV Experience. It was the first home theater show that I was aware of. Every other show I'd been to were 2-channel. They were focused on 2 speakers, most of the time not even a subwoofer. Well, I like music, but I love home theater way more. That's just where my passion is. That's where my heart is. That's what gets me really excited. And so we wanted to create a home theater-based show that you, my audience, could come to, could check out gear, but we would also do some blind A/B comparisons between speakers, even through different processors and AVRs, and then also even speaker cables, just some different cool things like that. But we created that. It was a really small event. It was 83 of you that showed up total. That included Ryan, myself, as well as the vendors. And there was only maybe 3 vendors that were at the show, maybe 4. And so had a great time. It was a really awesome event. And that was at the Lead Center, which was like a performing arts center. It wasn't ideal, but we made it happen, and it was a lot of fun. But we knew the next year we would be outgrown from that venue because they just didn't have any rooms available. We only had 1 room that we could actually do some comparisons in. And so the next year, that would have been probably July of 2023, last year, we transitioned over to the Kansas City Convention Center. So we ended up having, I want to say there was probably 4 home theaters that were in the show. So we had these big rooms and we set up home theaters, and I believe there was 4 of them. And then we had a bunch of vendors. I say a bunch. I mean, there's probably, 20 vendors maybe at that time, 15 or 20. And we had a great show there. So at that show, we had, I believe, just over 300 total attendees. Well, we just wrapped up mwave 2024. If you haven't seen it online, I don't know, you've been sleeping because it's all over Facebook. And there's a bunch of you posting videos, a lot of content creators that were at the show this year. They're already posting content. I haven't had a chance to edit my videos yet. Had a lot of stuff going on, but we're just getting caught up. And so now I'm going to be working on that this week. And so you'll see some content from me from the show coming up here in the next couple days. But they've been posting those, and I'll leave a link down in the description below to the website. We've got all the videos that I know of content creators that were there, and they're making some awesome content. So go show them some love and check out those videos. But at the show this year, we were just shy of 500 people. 500 people that literally came from 8 countries. We had a gentleman from Brazil that was there. We had several come from Canada. We had folks from, where else did we have? The UK. And then we even had a gentleman come from Saudi Arabia. He said it took him 50 hours to get to the show, total, one way, including his layovers. And so it just blew me away. We had a lot of fun at the show. We got a chance to hang out with you guys for 3 days, listening to some incredible Dolby Atmos systems, beautiful screens. The largest screen we had there from Seymour Screen Excellence was 220 inches wide. I think it was around 235 or maybe even 240 diagonal. Massive, massive screen. Beautiful Christie projector. That was from Absolute Ultimate AV. I'll have a dedicated video interviewing Ross from Absolute Ultimate AV, and we'll give you some more details on that room. It was really, really cool. Grimani Systems was in that room. We had Trenov in that room. It was a phenomenal setup. JTR, they had a full room. There was, oh my goodness, I don't even remember how many speakers Jeff had on the bed layer. I think it was 13, 6 Dolby Atmos above. And then he had 8 of his Captivator ULF. Technically, I guess they're the 6000 version because they have the 6000 amp, but he doesn't really have a 6000 model. So it's the ULF 4000s with the 6000 amp upgrade. Incredible bass, beautiful sound. Of course, you guys know I love JTR. I've got a full JTR dedicated theater room here. RBH was there. Man, they put on a great show as well. Really well designed, beautiful sound. They brought their big, I think 24-inch subwoofer up front. We had a Sendo there. That was the first time I had heard a full Sendo room. Man, that was phenomenal. And they were just using their small drivers for their basically identical speakers all around the sides and the rears. I don't know what they were using behind the screen. I didn't get a chance to peek back there, but I believe they brought like 16-inch subwoofers. And so that room was just pounding, but it was super clean. They didn't have it massively loud, but it was absolutely incredible. And that was paired with another Christie projector and Storm Audio. And so each one of these rooms presented something different. SVS had a room that had a full Dolby Atmos system there. They brought their new Evolution speakers to showcase at the show. Man, it was just super, super fun. It was great meeting you, hanging out, listening to some great demos, both in 2-channel as well as Dolby Atmos music, and of course, movies. So over the past 6 years, I've been truly blessed to have some really awesome experiences and even to create our own trade show, our own home theater event for you guys to enjoy. But right now, I'm in the process of even building another business. It's going to be incredible. I haven't shared a whole lot of details, and I'm just going to give you a little taste of what it's going to be, and it's called Obsessed Home Theater. The #1 question I get asked on my channel more than anything is, Michael, what should I buy? Should I buy this or should I buy this? I'm looking at this or I'm considering that. Which one do you recommend? Well, I believe that Obsessed Home Theater will provide many of those answers. And we're going to do some really awesome collaborations with my new business partner, Matt Mormon with Obsessed Garage. We're going to have a blast. We're going to be having some fun. We got some really great ideas coming. And over the next probably couple months, we're still building out the website and getting the logo designed, all that fun stuff. But I could not be more excited. And we've also partnered with Rusty Minch. He was our event coordinator this year at mwave 2024. Rusty's been an incredible friend. He actually was our VIP Platinum in year 1 of mwave. He was a VIP Gold last year. And then this year he's like, look, I'm selling my business. I'm going to have a lot of time on my hands. I'd love to just come and volunteer. I want to give back to the community. And he was a huge help this year for the event. But he and I and Matt have teamed up to form Obsessed Home Theater. You guys are going to be hearing about much more about that here in the near future. And so stay tuned, lock it in, make sure you subscribe. It's going to be incredible. And here's to the next 1,000 videos here on the channel. Guys, I love you more than you'll ever know. I'm grateful for your support. Hope to see you in the near future. And as always, you guys be blessed, and we will catch you in the next video.